My name is Amanda.
My name is Johnny. We
are the Miracles. And this is our story. When it's hard to say goodbye.
First off, on behalf of my family, I just want to thank everyone that made a donation to help us fulfill my mom's wishes. Everyone that sent us their thoughts and prayers, and everyone that was just there to give us hugs when we needed it. I've never felt so much love and support from anyone else besides my mom. She always had such a big smile on her face and welcomed everyone she ever met like an old friend. My mom never wanted anything more than to be with me and to have grandchildren, which so far the best I could give her were 3 furry kids and a tortoise. But I did have a plan. I had a plan to have her become a snowbird. I wanted her to come here when the weather was nice and warm, just like Laos, so we started late last year. We unfortunately had a hard time integrating her into life in Arizona because she never felt good. She always had headaches. And this is where our journey began. We started with my family doctor, and they found that she might have some type of tumor in her brain. Then things got worse. We immediately had to take her to the ER. This was the day I've been preparing myself for. Something terminal. Something more terminal than her kidney failure. She had been diagnosed with cancer. We prepared ourselves with a game plan, so we had a good oncologist. He had ordered every single test that you could think of to give us a clue in treating this. We had a good family support system. My dad was here, my wife, my in-laws, and we started every other day with radiation treatments, which we could see her health suffered each day that she had the treatment, but then there were some days we saw really good results. We had one really big slight chance of hope that this was all working when the radiologist was able to pinpoint a cancer cell on my mom's eye. She had complained that she couldn't see out of that eye anymore and she could see only black. And the moment that he treated it, she began to see silhouettes and almost some color immediately. Then came the results of the genetics tests. And the results were actually very hopeful because we could tie them all to one gene. And that gene was related to Southeast Asian women who didn't smoke. We spent days working to get grants for the medicine, and we had huge ups and downs. Chances were miss, chances were sometimes there. And then we finally got that one chance. We were able to get a month's supply from the manufacturer. That day was just a huge sigh of relief, because we could finally start treating this thing. So once we started that journey, no more than a week later, we realized things were getting rough. My mom was getting more sick. She started not eating or drinking. She threw up everything she ate, even water. She had lost 30 pounds over a 6-week period. We kept trying to treat this for another week, when we realized it wasn't helping her at all. She was deteriorating quickly, and what we were doing wasn't helping her. The team of doctors and my family finally decided that it was time to just manage her pain and give her the best quality of life we could. So, we had an amazing hospice team come by to help us. They provided everything we needed to the bed, the oxygen, toiletries, and even medicine. The team did everything to comfort her, physically and even spiritually. There was a point that Amanda and I had to do things that you wouldn't normally do for an adult. Things that you normally did for an infant. That was the time I realized there was a complete cycle to life, a beginning and an end, and it completed its circle each and every time. My wife Amanda was the first to realize that this was time to say goodbye, and left her this message.
Yeah, it's Amanda, your daughter-in-law. I couldn't sleep, but I wanted to tell you how much I love you. But right now I just wanted to tell you, again, how grateful I am to have you in my life, and I couldn't stop thinking about it. I couldn't stop thinking about the first time we met. Jonathan and I walking up to the porch, and you open the screen door, and then you realize, oh wait, that's my son's girlfriend, and you gave me such a big hug. That's when I knew that I was going to love you. I can say that the hardest moments for me was when we had to say goodbye because we had to go back to Arizona. I remember I would watch you and Jonathan hug each other, and you both would try to hold back your tears. You guys couldn't. But you both loved each other so much. Those moments were really special because a mother's love for their child is like no other. And you mean a lot to your son. And that was very important for me, that you guys would always be close and stay close. So because of that, we would always try and come back to Oklahoma when we could. And I remember we surprised you and Paul for your birthday one year. It was extremely fun.
Happy birthday! Surprise!
Oh, I miss you guys.
Sorry. Don't cry. I missed you guys too.
Yeah. Your love is everywhere. You're in your cooking, to your smile, your voice, your touch. Your love is through your son's veins. You've told me so many times how lucky you are to have me as your daughter-in-law. But, man, I'm the lucky one. I'm the lucky one to have you as my mother-in-law. I'm the lucky one because you raised your precious little boy to become a loving husband I can call mine. I'm the lucky one because I got to see, learn, and experience how to love unconditionally to the people that deserve my love. It's all because of you. You and Paul always tell me that you wanted a daughter, and your wish came true when I married your son. Therefore, I wanted to tell you something. I wanted to tell you that I promise that your husband and your son will be okay. I will take care of them, and I will love them. I'll always be there. I'm not going anywhere, and I will be by their side from beginning to the end. Your son will be okay. I know you don't want him to be upset or sad, but he will be for a little while because you are the first person he loved. But I just want you to remember that you raised a strong individual. Your blood runs through your son, and I know you'll be there to help him through all the difficult times. Your story will be told to your future grandchildren. They will know who you are. They will know your life story from when you were a little girl, when you first met your husband, your survival of the war, coming to America, raising your son, and today. My children will know how amazing their grandma is. This is not a goodbye, man, because I know you will always be here. Man, I just want you to know that I'm the lucky one. And that I knew from the beginning, on the first date with your son, he told me that he would be taking care of you and Paul. And that you guys will be number one in his heart, his first love, and everything. And the amount of love that he has for you both, I knew that he was something special. I know you are scared. I just don't want you to be scared. I don't want you to be in pain. I know you don't want your son to be in pain or your husband. But they love you and they'll always love you. And they'll be okay, I promise. And I just wanted to let you know that I'll always be here. I just wanted to tell you that thank you for all the moments we've had together. It's very special. You made me feel so special and loved. But to be honest, it is a little selfish of me to say this, but I wish we had more time. But I want you to know that the time we had, I am so grateful we had those times together. I love you, man. And I always will. You'll always be with us. Because your love is everywhere. And I promise that I will take care of your son. Because I know you're very proud of him and you love him. But I got some big shoes to fill because your love is endless. You are your son's idol. You are everything to him. But he'll be fine. He'll be okay. I'll take good care of him. I'll take good care of your husband too. I love you, man. I love you. Come try Lai Lai, man.
I reluctantly said my own goodbyes, but I knew this was the time to let her know things would be okay for Dad and I. The day that she finally let go, my father said what he needed to. That was the day she took her last breath. That was the day she went to go see her father. I was a mere 10 minutes away from this moment, on my way home from work. My father and my cousin were alone, but luckily, they had each other. They were able to make the correct phone calls, get the hospice team there, and they were able to get things taken care of. I had just arrived to her still warm body, and I was able to reassure her spirit that things would be okay. So to fast forward to today, this moment in celebration of her life, I represent not just myself, but the reflection of what my mom believed. I am her smile. I am her cooking. I am her son. And I'm going to miss her. I plan to represent all the love that she had, and I will share it with anyone that will accept it, starting with all of you.